Good morning. I was exhausted last night. Starving and exhausted. This morning, exhausted and hungry, so I had breakfast. Even though I got to sleep in 1 hour today, I was still tired when I woke up. I did wake up before the alarm, but I felt like I would have liked to go back to sleep. Heading in right now, personal training with the Team Hollywood at 7 a.m. 8 a.m. I'll be teaching the group class, and then at 9 o'clock, Kaylin's going to come over to CrossFit. Sunghee's heading off to Delta to work for the day, so Kaylin and I will take transit to his school downtown. I'll drop him off, I'll head back to CrossFit for personal training with the woodchuck, and then I'll head home to get all these videos uploaded and edited and all that stuff that I didn't do last night. Then I'll go pick up Kaylin at the end of his sword school, and you know what, it's funny, it's a highlight of my day. Today's a rest day, no training today, and though my body's not sore, I don't have any pain or anything like that, I feel tired. I feel just a general fatigue, so it's nice to have a day off and to rest. I've been hitting it pretty hard this week. Crew. Good work. Well done, Bill. Way to work.
For sure that'll be going up on the website.
I took a 15-minute nap after eating today, after editing the video and setting it to upload on YouTube. I don't usually take a nap. I was really tired though, and if I didn't set the timer I could have napped a lot longer. But it's time to head out, pick up Kaylin from downtown. So I'm going to walk downtown. The sun's out now, so it should be a nice walk. Maybe that'll make me feel better, recharge a little bit. I'm hungry again, so I packed some food to eat at that end. I would not have expected to find blackberries on the way to downtown in the middle of all this industry and construction, but here they are, and they are big and plump and sweet and juicy. Okay, it's story time, boys and girls, and I hope you enjoy this story, because keep in mind while I'm telling it to you, I'm walking along to downtown talking to a camera with the people I pass, checking me out and wondering what the strange crazy guy with no shirt is doing talking to his camera. So I hope it's worth it for you. I wanted to share with you a story I have about blackberries and my first arrival here in BC. To paint the backdrop for you, my father had recently been incarcerated for, he had gotten involved in organized crime, smuggling alcohol across the border as a means to try to save our house and failing business during the recession. He failed. He not only got caught, but we did lose the house and we lost the business. My girlfriend at the time, we had been together for 4.5 years, my first serious relationship. We'd been living together, and she decided that she wanted to come to BC, get away from everything going on in Ontario, and it sounded like a great escape to me. So I worked about 70 hours a week in various restaurants. This was during my university term, saving up money until July 1993. We drove across Canada, packed up everything we had, and drove out here. Now, I had a car, but I hadn't had the money to insure it, so we drove across Canada without insurance. Not recommended. So I arrived out here late July 1993 with very little money. We probably had about $800, $900 in our bank account, and on the second day, my girlfriend of 4.5 years left me, took the money, bought herself a $700 flight back to Ontario, and went back into the arms of a guy she'd been seeing on the side without me knowing. And so here I was, no money to run my car. I had just found a place to live, but it was much more expensive than what I was used to in Ontario. So here I was, and I searched out for my first job, and the one I found was sweeping the sidewalks on Robson Street, right downtown in the shopping district of Robson Street. That was my first job in Vancouver. It was certainly a colorful, interesting job, lots of outdoor sunshine, fresh air. Paid $10 an hour, which I thought was a mint at the time. It was about 4 times what I had been earning working in the restaurants in Ontario. Mind you, my rent was also easily double what I had been paying in Ontario. So that was my job. I didn't have a bike, I couldn't afford to run my car, so I would walk from my home on 11th and McDonald to downtown and sweep Robson Street. Then I would walk home, and you can imagine working hours in the sunshine in late July, early August. One would get tired and hungry, but of course I didn't have it in my budget to eat much or buy any kind of food. And I wasn't in the habit at that time of carrying a water bottle. I didn't even have a water bottle. That wasn't really an Ontario thing to do. That's more of a Vancouver culture. Anyhow, so by the end of the day I was hungry and thirsty and trudging across Burrard Bridge on my way home. And I thought, you know, at the very least, regardless of how difficult my situation is, at least I have this beautiful view. So I stopped to look out from the bridge and I looked out at the water and I glanced down, and below me was a whole forest of blackberry bushes, all in season. And so I found my way under the bridge and I spent about 30 minutes picking through blackberries. And I'm not a religious person. Spiritual, yes. Religious, no. But for me that was very much a moment, a spiritual moment. It was like saying that God will provide. Right there below me, a bounty of fresh, juicy, ripe, sweet blackberries to quench my thirst, help take the edge off my hunger, and get me the rest of the way home to Kitsilano. That's my blackberry story. Every season, blackberry season reminds me of my arrival in Vancouver and reminds me that God will provide. There you have it. Here we are picking blackberries again on the way home. Alright, we've been snacking on berries all the way home, and it looks like we might be here for a little while, so I'm going to break out some protein. So did it again, barbecued burgers and bacon. These are kangaroo burgers and that's bacon, and underneath it, you can't see it so well, but there is mushrooms and onions also barbecued, and they are delicious. I did them in the salt and truffle sauce from Pirate Socks, and it is delicious.